Hello, welcome to part 8 of our Neuro-affirming series. And we're working on Konnect 2, which are available on our website, awesometraining.com. And you can get them like this and printed, or you can also get them ready for immediate digital download. So I hope you had some fun with the stimming. And today we're going to talk about a really tough subject. It's joining in. And when you see programs which aren't neuro-affirming, they talk about joining in like it's the problem of the child, that the autistic child is the one who has difficulty joining in. We have to be realistic. It's really tough. It's really hard to join in when other people aren't welcoming to you, when other people think you're weird, when other people, don't understand the way you're moving, or, the way you talk or the way you don't talk, and you move, communicate. So it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do as an adult, never mind as a little kid. So this kind of idea that like, oh, here's a few little steps and here you'll be able to join in, or here, do these things and you can join in, isn't neuro-affirming, because it's not really understanding the reality of it for the child. So when we talk about joining in my book, this is what we say. So we've already talked about things that are difficult to do. If I Moxie move it on a little bit and Konnect 2. What about joining in with other kids? Is that something that you find easy or difficult to do? And again, asking the child, and you're asking them specific questions. We talked about that before. Asking very specific questions helps conversation to flow. Does this group look friendly? Or you can ask yourself, does this group look friendly or unfriendly to you? What signs do people give us when they want us to join in? And then we go through some examples. So some people might make eye contact, but that might make you feel uncomfortable. They might ask you to join in. They might smile at you. Their bodies might face you to welcome you. They might look in your direction. Can you think of more? So what we're doing is we're helping the child to identify friendly groups and unfriendly groups, because lots of autistic children have issues maybe with friends taking advantage of them. And I think talking about this kind of thing early on is really important. What sort of things might they say or do? Can you think of any differences in the ways autistic kids act and look when they're interested, friendly and welcoming? Because we do. There is a difference in our body language, the way autistic people express ourselves and the way neuroconformative people express themselves in a neuroconformative way, move their bodies. Do you think that others understand this about you? Because this is important, because if others don't understand this, they think I'm weird when I do this, or I've tried asking, and you're finding out what the kid is actually trying to do and maybe what's not working for them. Finding friend groups might be hard. It might be hard to find people who have the same interests as you and who are interested in your interests. That's not very fair. And let's face it, some autistic children have interests which their friends would think are babyish or too advanced, or just not weird things that they're not into. And our interests are really what bring, common experiences, and our interests are two of the main things that bring us together as human beings, really. So imagine what it must be like if you're surrounded by children, but like none of them were really into the stuff you're into, and none of them are really, appreciate what you're into. And this is really where peer education comes in again, how, talking about like everyone's interests and how wonderful it is that we're all interested in different things, because we have to open our minds to that kind of thing. And then we talk about, do you have friends who are interested in the same things that you are interested in? And look, I've been talking to parents and schools for long enough, and it comes up so often, children who literally do not have a friend in school. And that's really, really tough. It's really hard to face that at school alone. When you don't have someone who has your back, when you don't have someone who's going to give you that little glance when when you're feeling down, ask you if you're okay. Those things, that's how we regulate ourselves. We co-regulate. If you're missing out on that as a little human being, it's very, very tough. So I would, again, take all my notes. You're obviously talking to the child, doing a book, seeing where they are at. And look, hopefully some of you using these books will be working with kids who are having a ball, who are having a wonderful time, who have lots of friends, because that's what we want to start hearing. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're finding helpful. Let me know if you'd like to know more about anything else. And we'll see you again next week for our next part of the series.